Today in The Sims 4, we're going to be building a house, but each room is going to be a different aspiration. We're going to be spinning this massive wheel. I didn't realize how many aspirations there were in The Sims 4 until I saw this. This might be the biggest wheel we've ever had. So whichever one we land on will be our inspiration for the room that we're building. And if you aren't familiar, aspirations in The Sims 4 are kind of like main life goals. They've got tiers that your Sims can work through as your Sim gets older. So you can kind of think of aspirations as your Sims like main purpose in life. Since we are building today, I want to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by Soba. Soba is an online multiplayer, open world, and gaming platform available on iOS and Android with integrated, no-coding game-making tools. You can basically create your own games without needing to know any coding at all, and you can also play games that other players have made too. This makes it super easy to get creative. You can build any game your heart desires, from open worlds to platformers, story-based games with quests. And Soba is a multi-platform game, so you can create and play directly from your phone. At the moment, it's a mobile first game, but it's really exciting because this game is coming to PC and console in the future. It's also a multiplayer game, so you can play with your friends, and you can also meet new players too. I love the idea that you can create your own games, but then you can also show them off to other people. It's always fun to like share your builds and stuff like that. And obviously, it's no secret that on this channel, I love building and building games. So I was so excited to try this out, see what the mechanics were like, which I actually really enjoyed. This is what I ended up making, and once I got the hang of it, I was able to try out some really cool stuff. I loved that I was able to add decor and landscaping. So once I figured out the concept for my game, I of course had to add all of these cute mushrooms and flowers around. And I wanted to keep mine pretty chill, so all you had to do was go in and collect some coins. I definitely recommend giving the building here a try. So you can download Soba by clicking the link down in the description. And thank you so much to Soba for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it. We're first gonna have to see what to do for the outside, so let's spin for the exterior, and we're gonna be doing Eco Innovator. Okay, so this one is actually under the nature category, and for Eco Innovator, it says this sim wants to build a better, greener community. This entails having your Sims do things like influence the community, sell power or water on a utility bill, and reaching level 10 of that career. I feel like this means we should probably build an evergreen harbor, the world that comes with eco lifestyle, but I gotta be honest, this is probably my least favorite world to build in. So I think we're going to be building a great community here in Sydneymacoretta instead. So we're going to be building a shell, but first I want to do something a little different with my flooring. I'm going to start to build out something that's going to be our base for our house. So I'm using these rounded flooring pieces, and I'm kind of just trying to make like a cool shape, something that'll fit the entire house on top of it. We can maybe extend it over this way a little bit, make another rounded shape like right here. And then once I'm happy with this shape, I'm going to click anywhere on top of it, and we're gonna raise the foundation up, but we're gonna raise it up quite a bit, maybe to like here. I'm gonna put some stairs in between there. We'll add some foundation around, and I think what I want to do is like add some pond areas around here. This is gonna be a very nature friendly sim, so we're gonna be focusing a lot on like landscaping. We also just got the new greenhouse kit for The Sims 4 along with the basement one, and I haven't seen either, so I'm very excited to build something with that. So now that we've got that out of the way, we can go ahead and start to build our shell. And I did say I wanted to do a greenhouse, so I think I'm just gonna do like a little rectangle over to the side, and I think I actually want to connect this onto the main house. So I'm gonna go in with this base game fence and just start to draw these lines kind of like that, and then I can connect it onto the main house. So I'll just do like another rectangle portion right here, maybe add like a bump out there as well. We've got a super nice view, so I think I'm gonna do like a balcony back here, and I'm kind of considering doing a diagonal piece on this build. I'm feeling ambitious today. I just got back from vacation and I haven't actually built anything in a while. I feel like I'm gonna be here for the long haul today. We can really dive in. Maybe I'll just bring it out like this and connect it that way. We might have to adjust here a little bit and fix it. There, we've got some interesting parts on there. I feel like this is gonna be a good shell. Now we can try to roof it. So for the greenhouse, I know we did get some new roofing paint that I want to try out. It's from the greenhouse kit. It's obviously meant for greenhouses, and this is what it looks like. I'm excited. So what I'm gonna do is bring it down a little bit, bring in my adjusters on both sides. I'm gonna bring that over to the end, but in the middle here, I'm gonna have a third piece, and we're gonna change that to something else. I don't know what yet. The reason being, I want to put a half-gabled roof roof piece right here. It's just gonna be a small little detail, and what we're actually gonna do here is add a window detail up top here. So this is gonna look really cool, like sticking out like that. So far that's what that's looking like there. And then for the main roofing, I'll put one piece right there and maybe lower that a bit. And I might actually copy my roofing here and do two smaller pieces on each side. So kind of like that. We'll take another one of these pieces and put it right here. And then for the main part, I'm just gonna rotate one of the roofing pieces I had, and we're gonna pull it across to cover this like whole main area. Are we gonna have a hard time with the diagonal roofing? The answer is probably yes. Let's see, can I just kind of like hide it back there? That isn't too bad. I do have this little awkward area right there. So what we're gonna do is just build a one tile room, and then on top of there, we'll use a half wall and build a chimney. For roofing, we're going for an eco house. So I'm considering doing like the metal from Eco Lifestyle. And I'm thinking about using some of this wood wallpaper here as like the greenhouse wallpaper, maybe a little bump out over there. I definitely need one or two other options for wallpaper. So I might use this other one from Eco Lifestyle. Maybe we do something like this. Okay, let's add our windows, and we did get a couple new ones with the greenhouse kit, which I'm very excited to check out. Okay, so we've got this one. Something about windows being like a little bit open in The Sims just gets me. Oh, they have different like patterns on some of them too. Oh, I love that. We love to see some variety. I'm bringing these around this side here too, and I don't know, should I do like just the closed ones with this swatch? Maybe we'll do something like that. Oh, we do have a new door here from the greenhouse kit too, so we're gonna use that along with the new lighting as well. And then on this open side, on the other side of the greenhouse, I'm just adding these from Eco Lifestyle, and I'm gonna raise them up, just like stacking them on top of each other a little bit so they reach up until those windows, just kind of giving it something there. Cute. Okay, I need windows on the main house as well. I think I might keep them pretty simple for the most part, so I'm using Eco Lifestyle windows along with the mosquito ones. I think I'm gonna do an Eco Lifestyle door in there too. Since it's an eco house, I am gonna have to add some like solar panels on the back, so I'm just gonna stick them right there. And with all of this open like flooring space, we could totally add like maybe a recycling area back here, or like a generator, or just some of these like Eco Lifestyle items. Okay, so here is the outside of our Eco Innovator house. I love how it looks with the pond. I did all the landscaping, and there's so much to do on the exterior here. We've got some seating areas. I added one here at the front. Over to this side, we've got a picnic area, and I added some garden planters too, because obviously we're gonna be loving the gardening. Over around on this side, we've got a floral arranging table. I added some more planters on this side too. I love how our greenhouse ended up looking. I'm so excited to go in there. And then going around the back is where I added a whole bunch of our Eco Lifestyle like items, which these are actually gonna come in handy too when you're trying to do the aspiration. You'll actually be able to use these items to get ahead in the aspiration, which is kind of cool. We've got like the fabricator, the generators, I have the dew collector in the back there, our recycler, and then coming around this side, I just did a little lounge area over here with the bug thing from Eco Lifestyle too. So with that, I think we're ready to go inside, and the first thing I want to do is the greenhouse, which whatever aspiration we get is gonna have to be extra planty as well. So let's spin to see what we're gonna get for the greenhouse, and we get Computer Whiz. Okay, so this actually is going to be really cool because it's going to be like an office, but also a greenhouse. Things we need to do to complete the aspiration: we're going to have to practice computer programming, play video games, own $3,000 worth of electronics. They're probably going to be in the tech guru career. So obviously a lot of focus around tech, video games, and programming in a greenhouse. So we did also get a new wallpaper with the greenhouse kit. I think we got one with the basement kit too. I'm going to put my computer front and center. Maybe we could even put like a couple of them. So we'll put a desk right there. For the electronics, we're going to use an expensive computer. We have to spend $3,000 anyway. Oh, I'm going to use this here from high school years with the floral print. This is all we really need for the aspiration. But I think I also want to do like a video game area using the new like old TV that we've got. We'll just put it over there on top of that stand from the basement kit. And then around there, we can use these beanbag chairs. And I'm also going to be putting the video game console. Okay, now that we've got that basic stuff out of the way for the aspiration, I'm going to start to bring in the greenhouse factor. So we can put these cute little plants here on the corner. I'm going to be using like every new plant we got, which I'm not going to lie, I was kind of hoping was a little bit more. We can add some of these new tables on this side. And I want to use this new like gardener stand again with the greenhouse kit. It has little details like gloves in there. We'll put like a trash can out here too. Okay, so after adding all the plants, this is what our greenhouse Computer Whiz room looks like. Obviously, we've got our computer area over here, which will take care of most of the aspiration. But then over here, we also have a little like gaming area, kind of just for fun out here. I'm assuming the computer whiz who lives here is also clearly a planty sim. And I could see someone spending a lot of time out here. We've got the console right there, the TV. Over on this side, we have more of like the shelves and all the plants over here. A final thing I want to add in here is just a couple planters, because although we have so many plants in here, you can't actually really plant anything without them. So I'm gonna put one there, maybe just like a couple in between these shelves or something. And I do really like the messy look in here. So we've got a whole bunch of pots now and a really cute greenhouse room fit for our computer whiz. Okay, let's move on from here into the main house. And I did do a floor plan here, which might change a little bit depending on what we get. So we're gonna have our entryway right here. This is probably gonna be like a living room. Over to the left, I'm gonna leave that room open. Depending on what we get, it could be an office, another bedroom. We'll leave it up to the theme of the aspiration. Then we're gonna have a bathroom here, a kitchen, and I think maybe a small like dining area in the back. And then up top, we're gonna have a hallway. We're gonna have 2 bedrooms right here, a bathroom and another bedroom. So let's spin to see what we're gonna get for the main room, and we get Freelance Botanist. Okay, we are very planty and outdoorsy here. And this aspiration focuses completely around gardening. You're gonna be planting seeds, you're gonna be evolving plants, fertilizing, really just gardening a lot, which honestly could probably be achieved, actually could definitely be achieved already here, but I guess it's gonna keep it cohesive. So let's do a Freelance Botanist living room. I might try and use one of the wallpapers again in a different swatch from the greenhouse kit. I'm using this swatch here, which is actually very interesting because this swatch is so similar to this here from base game. Like, look at it on here. I have the different swatch highlighted and the greenhouse one on the walls. You cannot even see the difference. It's the same swatch. So I am going to change it up a little bit and use this here as like an accent wall. It's like the same thing, but a little bit different. I'm going to put a TV right here in between these lights. I think I'm going to use this shelf again from the greenhouse kit. And then around it, we can put a whole bunch of like the greenhouse clutter. Again, this is going to be just like the greenhouse, very tech yet greenhousey. I'm going to do a rug here from Growing Together, maybe with an eco lifestyle couch. Over here, I'm going to put this eco lifestyle plant shelf. I might actually be able to put this one here too with like the linens on it. And then over here, we can use this super cute little like plant cart also from Eco Lifestyle. We're going to put these planters right here beside it. So this is going to take care of our gardening skill. I'm just going to put a couple of them because we already have so many outside. I'm loving the overall messiness of this build. With the new kit, I've been trying to use some of the more like shabby looking items, which I really quite like. I've always liked that like messy cluttered look. I love how this kit was intended for like messy basements, and I'm like, no. Living rooms. Okay, so we have our Freelance Botanist living room. We've got our gardening area over there, living room stuff in here, like our TV, our couch. It looks so cozy and homey right now with all these plants and like the warm colors. I'm interested to see if this house is gonna stay this cohesive all the way through. So on that note, let's get this mystery room out of the way here, and let's spin to see what the next one's going to be. We get City Native. This one is actually really interesting. It comes under the travel tier, but it is kind of all over the place a little bit. So first thing in this aspiration, you have to like introduce yourself to new people in different neighborhoods, get food from different food stalls. So maybe we could do like a traveling room, a storage traveling room. We need a bubble blower and a microphone. We're gonna need some fireworks. You need to complete a mural at some point, so maybe we could put an easel in there. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot going on in here. So I'm not planning on building a basement in this house, but I feel like this room is going to be the equivalent to a basement. Just in the sense that we're gonna have a lot of like skill items going on in here. We'll have an easel, we're gonna have our microphone, we're gonna have the bubble blower, basement vibes. But I'm also gonna be putting a bunch of like collectibles and things that maybe our Sims have gathered through their travels in their life. Do not light the fireworks in here. I'm replacing the chairs around the bubble blower with something that matches a little bit better. So those ones from the Desert Luxe kit. Maybe we could also replace 2 of them. Again, just giving it that like basement look. You know what? The more I think about it here, the more I very much agree with having the bubble blower in here. It really does fit the vibe if you catch my drift. Ooh, these shelves are perfect. They're like little suitcases from Growing Together. Maybe up there is where I can put my fireworks. Out out of reach. Okay, so this is what our spare room, our storage room is gonna look like. We have our bubble blower over here. We've got some of our like travel stuff, a bunch of clutter and plants again to go like with the cohesiveness, our microphone, and we have our easel over here with like some canvases on the wall. This is a super cute house so far. I'm loving the theme we've got. I think we should get this bathroom out of the way before we move on to the next area, which is gonna probably be like the hardest part of this. We don't have a whole lot of room in here. So let's spin for our bathroom and we're gonna get Joke Star in the bathroom. So basically for this one, it's all about telling the jokes. It's about comedy, which you can kind of do through interactions alone, like telling jokes to other Sims. You need to own a microphone, join the entertainment career. I feel like you could actually practice your jokes in the shower, right? So we're gonna put a shower. I'm just gonna squeeze it like right there. We can do a sink right here with a mirror right above it. We can do a toilet over on this side. And maybe to keep with the theme over there, I'm gonna add like a tiny little counter. And on there, I can still put like plants. I can put towels, clutter. We could also put a comedy book right here. And I'm tempted to put that comedy sign, but it is so random in here. Maybe if I put enough clutter on these shelves, it won't look so out of place. Okay, it definitely still is a little weird, but it does fit with the aspiration theme that we had to go for. So this is gonna be our bathroom. We've got everything we need in here. Hopefully your Sims can tell their jokes in the shower or something. They do have the comedy book right next to the toilet, so they're gonna be good. So let's spin the wheel for the kitchen and we're gonna do the Zen Guru. This seems like it's actually a pretty simple aspiration to complete. All you have to do for this aspiration is comfort others, guide others, share detox tea, and become a master wellness teacher. So what if we actually turned this area into like a little wellness area? So we're gonna first get all our kitchen essentials. I think I'm gonna put everything over in this area. We'll do a sink right there. Maybe our oven can actually go over here and our fridge can go over there, but I think I might end up changing these counters. I think I might use these ones here from Snowy Escape today. I'm gonna use this wallpaper here from Eco Lifestyle. This is a little bit of an awkward like kitchen shape, but I'm trying to roll with it here. We can do an island right here in the middle. And on these Snowy Escape counters, we now have so much room to put extra things. Like we can put kitchen clutter down here. We've got the door leading to the greenhouse. So we could also put like plant clutter in there if we wanted to. I could even put that actually on the island. One thing we're gonna have to make sure we have for the detox tea part of this aspiration is gonna be the Tea Magic Personal Brewer. So I'm gonna put that right there on the corner. I wish it wasn't hanging off so much. Maybe we'll put it like that. We'll add extra things like tea down below, maybe another kettle. And then on this side, I'm probably just gonna do like a plant. We've got our trash can. And then through here, we can do like the tiniest little dining room table just with a couple of the Eco Lifestyle chairs. So we'll push that against the wall. But then I was thinking we could also do like a meditation area or like a yoga mat. Probably the meditation area because it takes up less room. So I'll just do like a couple of these over here. And this is probably a little bit random, but at least this way it's an area to practice for the wellness skill. And maybe we can like dim the lighting in here too with this like broken looking lamp. This is such a weird and random room, but I kind of love it. We've got our cute dining space, again looking very used, homey. The chairs kind of fitting being in the dining room. And then over here we've got a tiny, very simple meditation area. So that should take care of the kitchen and dining. I think we can finally go upstairs. Upstairs in the hallway, I decided to add another computer and a bookshelf because we didn't have one of those yet. The computer, I just figured we should probably have another one other than the one in the greenhouse. I added a seating area over here with some more like clutter near it, some knickknacks and like little things on the table. And over here, I just added like this small like couch and a shelf there from Eco Lifestyle. So now we can start to do some of the bedrooms. We're gonna start with this one up here to the left. Let's go ahead and spin for bedroom number 1, and we're gonna be doing Outdoor Enthusiast. This one comes with the Sims 4 Outdoor Retreat, and it relies on a lot of skills that surround that. So like you're gonna be catching fish in Granite Falls, harvesting unidentified plants. We're gonna be practicing herbalism, and yeah, a lot of it would be done in the outdoors, but we can probably capture that vibe pretty well in this room. I'm assuming this is gonna be the homeowner's bedroom. I'm gonna try and use this lamp here from Outdoor Retreat. I feel like it could be a fun idea to try and complete like all of these aspirations in this house with like 1 or 2 Sims. It would definitely be difficult. That bed looks kind of cute in here from high school years. Maybe I could put some of these in here, bringing in like the wellness idea. Look at the hanging plants back there too. And I think I'm gonna use this green rug here from high school years. I'm gonna use this mirror over here from some werewolves. I like that it kind of has like crystals in there and plants, like maybe they were collecting them or something. And I am gonna need like an herbalist area, so maybe that can be in here. I actually did a really cool kitchen inspired by the herbalism skill in my every room is a different skill video. I'll link that down below if you guys want to see it, but basically using like a kitchen or a barbecue, you can use plants to brew a whole bunch of potions, which are really cool. So I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of these in here on my shelf. This actually makes sense why we have a whole bunch of plants everywhere now. Over on this side, I need to get a dresser, which I think I'm gonna use this one here from Seasons. I'm bringing that mirror over in the corner, and we need to bring in like a fishing thing. We could put a goldfish. We could maybe even add some of these like fish on the walls. We also have this like fishing memories thing. Maybe I can put that above the door. I've added some more clutter over here, a Realm of Magic picture, and I added an entire plant wall over on this side. My favorite part is definitely these lamps like over the bed. I feel like that looks so cool. So our outdoor enthusiast bedroom is complete, and we are ready to move on to the next one. So spinning for the second bedroom, we are going to be doing the Curator aspiration. So I think this is another nature one. Yeah, for this one, this is the collectible one. So all you have to do for this is collect a whole bunch of like crystals, frogs, fossils, elements. We're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff going on in this bedroom. Pretty much we're gonna fill it up with all these collectibles. It's funny because I feel like this could also be the owner of the house in this bedroom. We need something random, something very out there. This whole house could realistically be like a retreat of some kind. Like, I'm not putting any kids' bedrooms in here, I don't think, but I'm definitely getting the vibe here that maybe this house should belong in like Granite Falls or something. Okay, we need to make home for a bunch of frogs, so I'm putting this shelving unit from Laundry Day right here, and in there I'm gonna put a whole bunch of frogs. This is gonna be a froggy bedroom. We're also gonna be putting a whole bunch of crystals. We need fossils in here. In order to complete the aspiration, you need like 25 collectibles, so I'm kind of just trying to add all of them. I'm also gonna add the element board over here too, just so that your Sims could like keep track of it if they wanted to. And for my mirror, I'm gonna put this really cool one here from the basement kit. I like that it's got all of the like canvases underneath it. I do still need a dresser in here, but I'm a little short for space. So what I'm gonna do is take this here from Dream Home Decorator where you can hang the clothes. We're gonna shrink it so it's super tiny, and I'm gonna hide it like underneath that little shelf part. Then I'm gonna take some small clothes and I'm gonna try and stick them onto it just like that, so they're connecting onto it, and it looks like my clothes are just hanging from the shelf and we can still have our froggy in there. So this is gonna be our collector's bedroom. I actually love all this stuff on there. That shelf is so cool, and I like how it's all on display. Your Sims would be able to see everything from their bed. Maybe their favorite froggy is the one by the bedside. We've got one more bedroom to go over here, and let's go and spin to see what we're gonna do. Okay, spinning for the final bedroom, we're going to be doing the Chief of Mischief. This is kind of going to be an interesting spin because I was picturing our Sim living here being innocent, harmless. With the mischievous aspiration, you have to be disliked by a bunch of Sims. You're performing mean interactions. We need a computer to cause mischief. I mean, we are trying to be a programmer and you have to hack things, so we need to pull pranks, and we're gonna need to have the voodoo doll in the bedroom. Okay, so things we need for sure: the voodoo doll. I guess I could put another computer in here, even though I just put one like right outside. But maybe if we're planning to have it be like a work retreat or something, this makes sense. Maybe one of the workers or family members or whoever lives here is a little bit more devious than the others. They spend a bit more time hiding in their room. They're always pranking people. Maybe they kind of keep to themselves a little bit. We can give them a TV in their bedroom. Maybe again, one of the old ones, just because I think it looks cool. I'm gonna do a wall decal right there. I put some pictures above the bed, and I'm kind of getting the vibe that this could be even like a teen room. So maybe there's like one teen that comes on the retreat and like didn't want to go. So maybe because of that, they're the one here like causing all the pranks, pulling all the mischief. They're just kind of always being a bit of a brat. Because of that, I'm making it like a little bit messy in here. I've added some floor clutter, some stuff like underneath the desk, and I think that's where I might leave my Chief of Mischief aspiration bedroom. This is the only one we've gotten today that really doesn't match, so I'm kind of content with that. For the final bathroom, I spun and we got Lord of the Knits. This aspiration comes with the Sims 4 Nifty Knitting, and this obviously entails having your Sims knit a lot. They have to knit on a rocking chair, knit while listening to music. You basically have to knit anything and everything and get really good at it. And what better place to knit than right from the comfort of your own toilet? I added a bunch of hanging plants from Nifty Knitting Debug. Of course, we've got the knitting basket. I added a speaker in here to complete part of the aspiration, and just outside, I added a rocking chair. We've got some cute pictures from Tiny Living to tie it all all together, and this is what our final bathroom ended up looking like. So this has been us building a house inspired by different inspirations in The Sims 4. Every room was a different aspiration. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.